Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Opal Rose Oracle. So good to meet you all today. I hope you all had a lovely Easter. I hope it was a lovely weekend for all of you, whether you celebrate Easter or Ishtar, or if you just are spending time with maybe family or friends over the phone. Hope wherever you are well, getting to enjoy some sunshine. I hope there's a lot of love and positivity in the world, in your world. I had a lovely Easter. There was my mom and dad, my partner and his daughter. And we got to hang out. Today's her birthday. So it was lovely to do a little tiny celebration, kind of impromptu. It was really nice. It was really, really nice. It was peaceful. There was a lot of love. There's a lot of joy. So I hope wherever you are, there's a lot of love and a lot of joy in your world. You know, we'll get into it. Today is a reading for the collective for, the first part of this week. The moon's currently in Capricorn, and by Wednesday, it's going to be transiting into Aquarius. So we're dealing with Earth, and then we're going into air. And there's a lot going on in our world. We're all kind of waiting to see how things are developing. We're hoping that we're coming out of quarantine soon, get a semblance of movement forward, sense of direction. And so, that's part of the reason why I'm here, to give messages that help us feel like we're moving forward, messages that help us feel loved and supported by our guides, and to give us clarity into our situation and what's going on, within the collective as a whole, because we're all one. So in one way, shape, or form, when we're tuning into collective energies, you know that we're not alone, that what we're going through now is we're all in this together. And it can feel overwhelming, but it can also feel supportive, like there's empathy to go around. So I already saged the decks, I saged the space, I saged myself. If you'd like, I can sage you as well, send a little your way. We'll do it, why not? We'll do it, why not? I have some binaural beats, some whole tones, solfeggio tones going in the background. I usually have mantra going, but we're doing things a little differently now, just to make it uncomplicated. One for me, one for you. We're going to take time. We call in the angels, the archangels, the guardian angels, our guides, our spirit guides, gods and goddesses, our ancestors, beings of the highest vibration of love, of light, of truth and destiny, to be with us and to bring forth messages for the collective, for our highest good and for the good of all involved. Messages that will love and support us in these current times and as we choose to move forward. Thank you for loving and supporting us unconditionally. Thank you for these messages that are to love and support our dreams. Feels good. Sending love to all of you. We have the Mystical Fairy Tarot. We're going to start off with that today. Fairies, what messages do we have for the collective at large? What messages? We sent out a small book, so we'll go with it. We have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, a man of action, a man of great charisma. He can also be very dominant in his energy. We have the Ten of Wands, the completion of a cycle, the completion of a project, the completion of a heavy burden. The Knave of Pentacles. This could be a young earth sign or a new creative way to move forward in a very three-dimensional sense, like a new job opportunity or a new gift. But Pentacles is earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but something that's new, that's something that's grounded. We have Three of Wands, which is researching, doing the necessary planning and preparations for our passion projects, how we want to move forward. We have the Four of Cups, so this can be declining an offer. A lot of times you'll see the Four of Cups with someone meditating underneath a tree. There's always this going within energy with the Four of Cups. But there's something unsatisfactory about the energy of the Four of Cups. Like taking a job you really don't want. That's like, or getting an offer that you really don't want. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo, going within, lighting the inner light. It came out in reverse, so we could be coming out. This could speak of coming out of this inner energy. We've all been in this collective hermitage. So this could speak of coming out of that time. That time is coming to a close. And we have Five of Swords, which is conflict. Usually verbal conflict, arguments. We'll get more clarity, we'll pull more cards. Simply because I don't want anyone to have to go through arguments. I mean, they do happen. Trust me, I know they do happen. Do we have any cards to clarify? Yes. A fairy farewell. So, this to me is clarifying that Ten of Wands energy. When we get a fairy farewell, fairy's clever, fairy's bright. From garden, wood, and pond, you shed your glorious light. Many thanks for helping me find a path that's true and right. A fairy farewell. So this gives me an idea of a very moving on energy. And the Three of Wands came in reverse as well. So for some, it may be not doing enough planning, not really researching your options, or researching your options and kind of feeling like you're coming up short like you're not really finding the solutions you want to find. Because there's this fire energy, we want to move forward. There's a completion coming, or a completion has happened. We had the full moon in Libra last Tuesday. Yeah, last Tuesday. And so we've kind of been dealing with the energy through the rest of like last week and kind of into the weekend. A lot of things completing in our lives. And a lot of us, when we've been in this hermit energy, like hopefully we haven't been going through many arguments, but maybe some of us have. Let's try to get a clarity on Five of Swords. Why is this Five of Swords energy here for the collective? Okay, Ace of Swords popped out with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So maybe there was some clarity, some insight. Maybe there was a job offer or a gift that led to some conflict. That could be. Whether the conflict was internal or external. Let's see. Any more clarification cards on Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords? Why is Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords? Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles energy. So this is the catch. This is a very receptive energy, a very nurturing energy, very much an energy of self-care. And a lot of us, while we've been in quarantine, we have been taking care of ourselves. And maybe in this like reclamation of like self-worth I'm getting, and self-value, and taking time to go within and really get new insights, and maybe even honing our own gifts. There's this new beginning that we can create for ourselves when we are taking care of ourselves, when we are nurturing our habits, nurturing our talents. And sometimes when we're nurturing what's going to bear fruit and what's going to breed more clarity in our life, what's going to bring a more bountiful harvest, things got to go. Things will end up leaving. Can we get clarity on this Four of Cups? This Four of Cups energy, the offer, the declination of an offer. The Tower and the Ten of Swords. Okay. So whatever we are declining, it is because we want to end a heavy cycle. We want to let the Tower fall. And the Tower is a sudden ending, a sudden change. And the Ten of Swords is a completion of something extremely heavy. It's learning from the past too, like learning from what's fed us and what's drained us. Because sometimes you'll see the Ten of Swords, like someone has 10 swords in their back. Well, she has 10 thorns jabbing into her, tearing her clothes, piercing her flesh, and those are all lessons. She doesn't want to stay there. She can't stay there. And so with every lesson she's learned, but sometimes it's also a completion. So maybe we rejected an offer because the tower had to fall. A heavy cycle had to be done away with. Something that wasn't serving us. Can we get clarity? Any more clarity on this spread? A lot of releasing. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. It's clearly something's ending in our worlds. So that, how about, let's get clarity on this Knave of Pentacles. Can I get clarity on this Knave of Pentacles, Spirit? Yes. Knave of Pentacles was clarified by the King of Pentacles. So it could have been an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe they're being immature. Since the Knave of Pentacles is clarifying the King of Pentacles, maybe there was something undeveloped. Maybe an undeveloped sense of stability. Because the King of Pentacles is the most stable king. And if this baby, if you look at the Knave of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, it's just a little girl. It's just a little fae. So that shows us that there's something very, very new, very young, kind of in its infancy in some respect. There's some sort of need for growth within what's clarified by a very mature energy, a very grounded energy. As far as three-dimensional, tangible reality, Maya, the King of Pentacles, is the Lord of that realm. And so there's something immature about this earth sign. Something that needs to grow and develop within this earth sign. Three of Wands. Can we get some clarity for the Three of Wands? Clarity of the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, this energy of doing research was clarified by the King of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Very decisive king. Very intelligent. Very discerning. Very logical. Could be very cold. Not on purpose, it's just his air. And air can sometimes be cold. Air can sometimes be very logical. And so with this sense of planning, there was a need to be decisive. There was a need to use logic and reason, to be very mature with our thoughts. And so this offer, had to if we're doing research on how we want to move forward, and we're having to be really mature with our thoughts, and then this offer comes in, and it brings about this tower moment, and this end of a heavy cycle. there is a decisiveness and perhaps a head over heart decision that needed to be made. Because we've gone within, or we've been spending time within, gaining that inner wisdom, gaining that inner insight, really cultivating that hermit energy. Most of us, during this time of quarantine, or many of us, have been studying, have been working on our crafts, have been doing little things within and without in our smaller, more condensed worlds to really kind of bring illumination to a lot of questions that we've been having. Things that were serving us and things that weren't serving us. And that takes going within and kind of lighting that inner light and asking ourselves the hard questions like, is this habit really serving me? Is this thought process really serving me? Is this partnership really serving me? Is this relationship really serving me? Because what is my highest good if I'm truly loving me and valuing me? Being in that Queen of Pentacles energy of nurturing the self, because we know that's what's going to help us really take on that King of Wands energy. That's going to help us feel strong and in charge of our lives and able to move forward. Get clarity for this feminine energy. Get clarity for this feminine energy. Five of Wands in a reverse and Seven of Wands. So fives have a lot to do with conflict. So coming out of conflict, coming out of a defensive energy, going within, perhaps to come out of a defensive energy, because Seven of Wands is, it's having the higher ground. It's knowing yourself and knowing your truth and knowing your passions and being able to defend it vulnerably. And that takes a lot of soul searching and grounding in what you know to be true for you. You have clarity for this Five of Swords energy, Five of Swords. Oh yeah, it was the new gift and the Ace of Swords. But is there any other clarity for this Five of Swords conflict energy? No. So maybe there was clarity that came in, a gift. May have sparked some discussion, maybe over Easter weekend. But all of this has this very divine cycle, endings to beginnings, endings to beginnings, ending heavy, burdensome cycles. Are there any other messages for the collective in regards to this spread? The energies of Capricorn through Aquarius. Aries, do you have any other messages for the collective? A couple of cards flipped over while I was shuffling the Fool and Eight of Wands. So I'm not surprised, since we have this Tower moment with the Ten of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands, and with every ending comes a new beginning. And with this new beginning, there may be a lot of messages coming in, a lot of text messages, emails, phone calls, even quick conversation. But there's going to be a lot of movement with this new beginning once we allow these things to end. Any other messages for the collective in regards to the Fool and the Eight of Wands? This new beginning and these messages coming in. Clarify this Fool, this new beginning. Yeah, there's some movement. This could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but knights are messengers. So, and it's also this energy of moving forward passionately, excitedly. So I think with this letting go, with this releasing, there's going to be a speed up. Releasing the old is going to lead to a quickening of communication, a quickening of moving forward. I'm going to pull out the Goddess deck now and see what sort of messages the goddesses have for us. Do you have any messages for us, goddesses, for the collective? Three of Swords. Are you supposed to be in reverse? Yeah. I'm going to keep it in reverse. Three of Swords. Some readers like to say 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. So it could be a timekeeper of the shifts and when these messages are going to start coming in, start flowing. But it's also coming out of heartache. And if we have this Tower and releasing of heavy burdens, there could be a lot of extra attention that needs to be paid to the heart. And allowing the heart to heal, especially if there's an offer that's declined. Whether it's an offer from an earth sign, a fire sign, an air sign, because those are the 3 kings that are on the board right now. There's this coming out of heartache. Can we clarify this 3 of Swords? Any other messages for the collective in regards to this first half of the week? 9 of Swords and Wisdom. So some of us have been up in our head, up in the mental merry-go-round, having anxiety, stress, thoughts that just won't leave us be and keep us up at night, or they wake us up in the middle of the night, or maybe we even try to go to sleep to forget it, but we wake up and it's the first thing on our minds. We're like, oh wait, I didn't escape it. And if that's the case for you, I'm sending you some reassuring energy so that you can get out of the mental merry-go-round and really start affirming positive thoughts that are going to build you up and set you free. And if you're stuck in your head, drop down in your heart. What does your heart say? If you're trapped in here, there's a detriment to being all in here. It never gives the solutions. The solutions are found here and here, the gut and the heart. So when you're feeling that, and maybe it is from not tapping into your wisdom, because the 9 of Swords came out with the wisdom with Sarasvati, the goddess of the arts. She's holding her stringed instrument, and it's like wisdom is of a certain vibration. And anxiety and being stuck in your head is a totally different vibration. You could be having mental arguments and internal conflict inside your head. But you're not utilizing your wisdom to its max capacity. If it's causing you anxiety, fear, keeping you stuck. So there's this need to come out of our heads, to release heartache, to really tap into our wisdom, get into our hearts, get into our bodies. Any other messages for the collective? Yes, what jumped? Fortune. Because when we can get it out of our heads and into our heart, that's when we start moving forward. Whether it's emotional prosperity or physical prosperity, dropping down into that heart space, using our wisdom, really learning from the past, is what's going to move us forward towards our prosperity. Any other messages for the collective? We have a confirmation of Ace of Pentacles, new job, a gift, abundance, planting a seed that will yield fruit, earth energy, grounded, opportunity for success in the material world, the opportunity to transform our material world. So there is, with this letting go of the cycles, letting go of the burdens, letting go of the thoughts that keep us down and stuck and stagnant, and harnessing our wisdom and releasing heartache, allowing forgiveness into our hearts, moves us forward towards prosperity and new opportunities. And that deep heart work is important for all of us. A lot of us may feel like the wounded warrior, 9 of Staves. Like we've been journeying towards our passions and we've fought many battles and we just are tired. exhausted even, but hopeful, like it's almost done, it's almost there, I almost got it. It's that last push up, it's that last push to really break on through to our new beginnings. And we may feel a little beaten, battered, and bruised. There may be that Chiron energy, that wounded warrior energy in our lives. A lot of us, especially as light workers, there is this aspect to us that feels the gravity of being a pioneer. It feels the gravity of the responsibility of shifting consciousness and doing the healing work and having to really be self-disciplined and independent and burning away like codependent patterns and habits that no longer serve. And sometimes doing the inner work can feel very isolating sometimes because you see people doing their own things and there's this comparison that can sometimes happen, and it only feeds this wounded feeling of, why am I alone? Why is this journey so long? Why is this journey so heavy? When is it going to be over? Like, I've done this so many times. Many of us are tired, and it's not even a physical tired, it's a soul tired, it's a heart tired of the lies, tired of bullshit, tired of deceit, tired of betrayal, tired of broken hearts, tired of just feeling the dense heaviness that has swirled repetitively through the collective. But we're almost there. We're almost at this collective push where it's like, sure, there may be more battles, but there's going to be a lightening up. There is going to be a completion. Any other messages for the collective? That is too many. Too many. Too many. Too many. Too many. Clear. All right, we have a confirmation of this King of Wands energy, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This passionate king. So the universe is like, we're going to have to be strong. We're going to be passionate. We're going to have to really harness that inner fire. And we will. I feel like we'll really rise to the occasion, or maybe we'll have a fire sign come in and help uplift you, help heal. We have the Queen of Cups, very intuitive energy, water signs, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. But this speaks to me of being receptive to deep intuitive insights, paying attention to our emotions, drinking from our own cups. The other half of, I feel like, the self-care is, listening to our own intuition, listening to those spirit messages, really honing in on what our heart has to say and being receptive to the intuitive nudges, the intuitive pulls. I think I'm getting pulls because it's like the water and the moon pulls the tides, it pulls at the water. And so we're going to be shifting, as we always are every day. And our intuitive guidance is going to lead us forward. There is going to be this divine connectivity and this sense of knowingness that is going to feed this ability to very maturely and passionately move forward towards solutions, move towards our dreams, move towards our abundance and our happiness and our fulfillment, individually and collectively. Any other messages for the collective? Whoa. Way too much. Excuse me, bye, go find the cards. Okay, it's actually not that too much. 3 popped out, and was Venus, love. 3 of Pentacles, so the card of laying a solid foundation, and that confirmation of the 4 of Cups energy declining an offer. So a lot of what I think we're going within about is how our love relationships lay a foundation for what we build in our lives, you know, who we're partnering with on a romantic level and in matters of the heart. It directly affects how we build, how we lay a solid foundation for our dreams. And it requires this going within, perhaps even rejecting an offer to build. Maybe rejecting a love offer. See if I 5 of Cups, feeling left out in the cold. 2 of Cups in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Prince of Staves upright. 6 of Cups. So someone, a partnership, could have felt left out in the cold. If you're an air sign, or if you were dealing with an air sign, maybe they weren't being discerning. Maybe they were being a little immature with how they were moving forward. But there's this sense of 6 of Cups is nostalgia. It can also be soulmates and soul contracts from past lives. So maybe there may be a message coming in from someone who left you out in the cold, someone who didn't use their wisdom, from someone who didn't use their logic, and maybe they might come in a little immature way, because there's this message energy and there's this 4 of Cups with all this endings and beginnings. It could have to do with a soulmate. It could have to do with past life contracts, which is why using discernment, but also being grounded, is extremely important. Being mature in our decision making, realizing that we're not left out in the cold, that everything happens on purpose. And if someone's being immature, we can't control other people, but we can always control ourselves. We can always control how we respond. Any clarity for this vibe? Six of Pentacles to me speaks of generosity. So maybe there was some instability that had to do with money. Maybe there was a lack of generosity, or maybe there was generosity to the point of overgiving. Overgiving is just as dangerous as undergiving. Let me go under. We had Rhiannon movement pop out upside down. Queen of Staves upside down. Eight of Pentacles upside down. We have Power, Freya. And we have the Ten of Swords, another confirmation of completing an heavy cycle. So there was lack of movement. There's definitely this sense of stagnation. You know, there may have been a desire to want to move forward, but it was keeping us stuck. Queen of Staves, Queen of Fire. I'm getting someone might have been being like haughty, like proud. And that could have kept them stuck. And Eight of Pentacles in reverse is not, like, Eight of Pentacles is working on your craft, working diligently, working really hard on what you want to bear fruit. So in reverse, it's like it can speak to not working, not working on towards your dreams. But this standing in our power, being like ready to move forward in power, in grace. Once we allow endings to come in, completions of these heavy, burdensome cycles. It sounds like we're in this real place of something's got to give, like as an overall energy. We got to look at what is going, not at the past, not at the mistakes we've made, but at the opportunities moving forward. When things leave, it creates space in our life. And the universe doesn't like a void. So when we let go, the universe is like, oh my gosh, I sense a void. I got to go in and fill it with something. It's a pretty powerful time when we let go. When we let go, especially as conscious co-creators of our reality, we then get to choose, as conscious co-creators with spirit, what we want to fill the void. So just not anything just gets kind of put in there. It's like we get to set our intentions and really be like, okay, I know I'm letting this go, and in its stead, please fill the places and spaces with love and supportive energy and solutions that are going to move me forward on my highest possible path. And the universe goes, oh, you learned your lessons, you want something different, you want something new? Okay. So there's this lot of learning from past mistakes, kind of letting go and letting bygones be bygones, just so that we have the energy, because we know our energy is precious, and when we truly want to move forward, we honor our energy, we honor what is a worthy investment, and we take that into our future. It's like the universe blesses us, even if we let go of something as small as, and maybe something small could be really big, like biting your nails. You could be like, what's the spiritual detriment of biting your nails? You could say, oh, nothing. Your body, your choice. Like, you can bite away at your nails if you want to. But what's on the other side of biting your nails? Meaning knowing what causes you anxiety and what triggers anxiety within you, and having other ways to deal with fear and anxiety. Maybe there's a new level of self-awareness that comes with releasing biting nails. Maybe there's always a gift, once you graduate from even a little lesson like that. The universe is like, oh, good job for passing that test. Here's a little gift. And that very well is what that Ace of Pentacles energy, we're getting clarity. I really feel like we are. And so many of us are doing forgiveness work right now. So we are coming out of that energy of things that have been keeping us stuck. And a lot of what can keep us stuck is our minds being on a negative thought wheel and destructive habits and relationships that don't support us in one way, shape, or form. I was listening to a reader once. She said something really profound that kind of gave me perspective on past relationships. And she was like, if your partner laughs at your dreams, one of them's got to go. And I was like, holy wow. Holy wow. And that doesn't even just have to be romantic partnerships. That could literally be anyone in our lives who, we share our most intimate selves and they laugh. And we gotta go, thank you for letting me know your truth. Thank you for letting me know where you stand. Me and my dreams are gonna go this way. Because there'll be plenty of people to be supportive of you. I feel like that's an important lesson for all of us, when we look at the things we love, when we look at what we're called to do, look at who's laughing with us and look at who's laughing at us. And forgive. That whole forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. Because if they knew that they were laughing at a divine being, if they knew they were laughing at a soul gift and path that was planted in the heart by the divine, they wouldn't laugh. They wouldn't. If they had full understanding of how divine each and every single person is and how divine the passions instilled in their heart are, then we'd all be supportive. And be supportive of one another rather than competing with one another or heaven forbid, laughing and putting another person down for their dreams and their passions. So we're looking at what's really nurturing us. We're looking at who and what is uplifting us, what is making us stagnant, learning the lessons from the past so that we can let towers fall where they may and really welcome in clarity, stability, joy, forward movement, passion, excitement. I'm going to move on to, I always appreciate you all hanging out with me. I know my readings are never short, but it's messages for the collective, so there's always a little something for everyone. And sometimes it's found in the fairies for one, sometimes it's found in the goddesses for the other. Some people get stuff out of the oracles, And I only get on here twice a week for that purpose, so that I can just really spend time with spirit and the messages that are coming through. It'll play out throughout the week. It'll stick with them. Watch and wait. 58 Seahorse Spirit. It has been a long time since I've seen this card. And to me, it's speaking all about intuition and cycles. And I love the colors of this card. It's so beautiful. 53 boils down to an 8, which is, yes, about abundance. And it's also about the flow of infinity. Because when you flip that 8 on its side, it's the infinity symbol, and things unfold in time. So when we watch and wait, we're allowing the messages to come in, whether they're, excuse me, I need my water, whether they're physical messages or whether they're spiritual ones. Water is life. And watch and wait, because Spirit's going to be showing us, it'll be revealing everything we need to know as these days pass. Okay. Watch and wait, followed by rabbit. Now's a lucky time. 13, a 4. Another 8, so we have 2 8s. Life is a mystery, which is, I'm getting this like manifestation coming to fruition sort of energy, like watch and wait. Keep your thoughts positive, because now's a lucky time. Life's a mystery, and that's why we're watching and waiting. We're watching this unfoldment happen. Another 4, so 31. 4, groundhog. Time to let go. Allowing completions to completions. And then squirrel spirit, 57, which is 12, which is 3. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, loves. Because Spirit does. I do. I believe in you. And if you keep that positivity and realize that it's time to let go, but it's a good thing. It's happening for us. We'll watch and wait and just allow and let the manifestation kind of show up. Any other animal spirits for the collective? A little bit of water, a whole lot of earth with these animals. I think we're going to move on to the angels. Follow your light, oracle. Any messages for the collective? Messages for the collective this week. Messages for the collective this week. Messages for the collective for this spread, for this. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to shed? What is your soul calling you to release? Is it a grudge? Is it a thought pattern? Is it something that happened in 2nd grade, preschool? Is it something that happened yesterday or 5 minutes ago? Is it the call to stand in a specific creative medium or truth? Is it a call to start a new business or to reach out to someone, to collaborate? What is your soul asking you to do? How is your soul asking you to evolve at this time, to come into a spiritual maturity? Beautiful. We have 4 cards that wanted to come out. You're already doing it, so stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So get out of your head and into your heart. Get out of that 9 of Swords energy. Release any sort of self-doubt or self-criticism or feelings of unworthiness, and just affirm that you're doing it, and that every step that you take towards your true north is a successful, beautiful step in the right direction, worthy of celebration. There's an initiation, a rite of passage, going somewhere sacred, stepping into a new level of heart, of consciousness, of spiritual evolution, of mastery, of maturity, of leadership. But in an initiation, we have to look at what we're clinging to, the crumbling, what we need to let go, so that the new, the lush, can be embraced. What tower do we have to allow to fall so that the new can come in? Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? How are you being called to anchor in the love into our current reality? Because when we share when we lead, when we create, when we answer the call of our soul, it also gives others permission to do so as well. But it anchors in specific light codes that we were put on this earth in this time to anchor in, to usher in this Aquarian age. This isn't like any other time. This is a special transitionary time. So we must ask ourselves, how are we being called to lead and to bring in and birth the age of Aquarius? Pull a quick unicorn card. Messages from unicorns. What messages do you have for the collective during this time, during this week, during this Capricorn transit? Abundance. Enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. I really feel like this is supporting the message from Lakshmi. And that Ace of Pentacles energy, there is abundance coming in. There is prosperity, and we'll begin to feel it soon. It'll start coming in soon, especially when we allow the old to go away. And when we affirm within ourselves that the universe is taking care of us for all of our yesterdays, all our todays, and all of our tomorrows. There's always enough. There's enough food. There's enough water. There's enough people growing food. There's enough people learning how to grow food. There's enough people making empowering shifts in their lives that will lead to a multiplication of abundance. You know, these are things that we affirm so we can bring it to fruition within our reality. Blessings are coming to us, my dear, dear friends. My dear ones, abundance is coming. We are in, the universe is a benefit. We have a benevolent, unconditionally loving source energy, primal creative force. Blessings are coming to us as we continue to rise and shed, and grow and allow and learn. Enjoy the bounty of life. Enjoy spring. Dearest Kuan Yin, what messages do you have for the collective? What messages from your unconditionally loving heart do you have for the collective, for their highest good? Any other messages for the collective? Beautiful. I'll take these two cards. So we have here the yellow tiger mother, card number 13, 4, which speaks to having strength. In unshifting and challenging times, there is a strength that we must harness. There's a strength that we must cultivate. And it came out followed by, and I love this because it's 444, 13 is 4, and followed by card 44. So angel number 444, I highly suggest looking it up. Weave the future gold. A gift is coming to us. And yes, I'm going to read from the deck, but just this message here that yes, we're going to have to be strong. There's no sugarcoating that. Our strength is necessary. It's important and it's powerful. But in our strength, we are being blessed. So let me jump. And I'll let you meditate on the card while I read from the book. Sometimes we must be strong and hold true while all around us seems to be shifting and changing. The yellow tiger mother Kuan Yin in her guardian role is roaring her divine sound within you. She asks you to hear her, to remember that you are a powerful being of light. And even whilst you are in flow with universal forces, your strong roots help you to be at peace with your truth, standing your ground while your light shines true. In our surrender to divine forces, there are times when we must be flexible and flow, and then there are times when the surrender is into holding strong and being true to our inner knowing. There are inner truths that we know are worthy of the effort to grow strong enough to honor them in our lives. These are the truths of kindness, compassion, the right of each individual being to be spiritually free and loved, and more. The yellow tiger mother sounds her roaring note within you. She is a fierce, protective tigress. In yellow is her golden strength and wisdom. She urges you to listen to her sound within and trust yourself. You know when you need to stand your ground and not be swayed. You are more powerful, strong, and courageous than you may realize. Your strength is not in stubbornness or resistance. It is holding firm that what you feel in your heart to be true. In time, you will come to realize the wisdom of your courage. Your strength at this time is needed. Like a protective shield, providing nurturing to a young plant, your strength and refusal to be dissuaded from your truth helps your dreams and higher path to continue to manifest. Allow yourself to hear the yellow tiger mother as she gifts you with power, strength, and knowing. Be brave and stay true to yourself, beloved. The prayer of the yellow tiger mother. Kuan Yin, beloved yellow tiger mother, I need courage and strength now to be true to myself and allow my own light to take root and grow. Have your strength. Nurture me with your strength of spirit so that I might realize that I have your strength within me too. It is my strength, my courage, my heart. Help me, beloved, now to realize my courage and have peace in my heart. I feel the roar of your courage and strength within me, and I realize that this is my own courage too. Thank you for helping me realize this, beloved tigress. Om Mani Padme Hum. Weave the future golden. Something good is coming your way. Kuan Yin urges you to weave your future into the golden present moment, to call in and draw to you the opportunities, teachings, circumstances, and synchronicities waiting for you that will enable your soul to live its divine destiny with greater abundance, bliss, and creative fulfillment. Do you know how much the divine wishes to support and assist you in living your heart's truth this lifetime? Kuan Yin, with grace and compassion, wishes to help you ascend to the next level of your life so that your soul light may shine more brightly on the planet and help you and other beings to live with more heart and less fear. You can choose to live a life infused with the golden energy of peace, prosperity, joy, and creativity. A future so golden it is being woven into your present moment now, like a tapestry with the choices and actions that you make in this moment. You call into being the divine golden tapestry of future bliss. Clever you. Kuan Yin is aware that there are opportunities and assistance waiting for you in your future embodiment. She wishes to assist you in drawing those future gifts into the present moment where they can be of most use to you. This oracle indicates that there is something special in the wings for you, and if you wish to do so, you can receive healing and elevate your vibration so that you are able to receive it more readily. If you have been holding a secret in your heart, perhaps to publish a book, to be a healer, to teach or to write or sing, to attract a loving soulmate partnership, or to spiritually awaken at a deeper level, take a moment to feel what it would be like for that heartfelt wish to manifest now. Can you imagine the joy of it? Can you also allow for that joy to be such a normal, ordinary occurrence that it could be a part of your life right now? This is how you begin to weave manifestation into this moment. Be bold, dream big, and imagine what it would feel like to live your dreams. Can you begin to cultivate those feelings now, irrespective of whether you see the manifestation in the physical form or not as of yet? Sitting with the joy in your heart, whether it relates to something specific or not, is magnetic to the good the universe wishes to deliver to you. It is like switching your inner light on a higher voltage so the special opportunities perfect for you can find their way to you more swiftly. And if your great good comes in an unexpected form, but still feels wonderful, accept it. Your future golden will come into your life in the most beautiful ways. And usually, if it's not exactly as we imagined it, it is even more perfect for us. A prayer to weave the future golden. Beloved Kuan Yin, thank you for being my spiritual witness. Beyond time and space, there is only love, truth, bliss, and joy. And I now choose to dip into the waters of my own divine essence, to call into the present moment the good that has been vested for me spiritually. I ask for grace, wisdom, and skill needed to put this future good into perfect expression in the present moment. May I weave my future golden into this present moment. Thank you. Om Mani Padme Hum. Beautiful. I love these messages for us. And just to support the messages of Kuan Yin, a beautiful affirmation that I've learned that supports me in staying focused, but also in having perspective, is an affirmation, and it's what is for me will always find me. And I highly encourage taking that affirmation and using it in your life, and even use it as a reflective tool. What's for me will always find me. What's worked out in my life was for me. What hasn't worked out in my life was for my highest good. It's helped me over my spiritual journey to gain a lot of peace and a lot of perspective. So I'm going to close this space, and I love you. I hope these messages are beneficial to you. I hope they bring clarity and support into your world, into your lives. I love you. I send you all infinite blessings of love, health, joy, support, and eternal upliftment. I hope that all your dreams and wishes are fulfilled. And I hope that your spirit is made light, your heart made light, and that healing and growth come effortlessly to all of you. Infinite love, infinite blessings, and I'll see you soon. Much love and light.